What's up, 420 and overgrow.com? This is Skybound and doing a quick update. This is my veg closet, DIY flood table. It's homemade out of OSB and 2x studs. And this stuff right here is kind of like the stuff that you would line your bathroom walls with, just for the rigidity of it, because sliding these pots around on just plain plastic surface was ripping it up and the water was getting underneath, so I circumvented all that. Reservoir closet has its own RO source, and there's advanced vegetative nutrient mixtures. And when I have clones, I do them up top. I got a little 5-site feeder that holds solo cups in that bucket there. Right now the climate is 75 degrees, 50% RH. Gonna apologize for the mess, and still under construction. Still yet to put a doorknob in my bloom closets, but essentially there's bloom A. There's bubble gum, obviously a female. I vegged this one for roughly almost 4 months, so she was quite large when I put her in here. I just updated my ducting system. Initially I had carbon filter sitting on that RO reservoir. And is this still recording? Okay, cool. Yeah, I had the carbon filter on that, and on top of that I only had, let me see if I can see it. See that, maybe that little tiny fan right there. It's like 130 CFM. You get them at Home Depot for about 45 bucks. It worked pretty well for me the last time I grew in a different location, but because that was winter time, I was able to deal with the added heat. And actually, now I have 440 CFM pulling on this room. As soon as I get something in here, I'll open that patch up. There's a little DHT sensor. That's for light to inlet, and the light exhaust over there. Room inlets down here. So there's always fresh air being drawn in. I'll actually show you how I got an extension cord running into this one right now. But it's just a louvered pop panel or whatever. 6-inch hole. And inside of here I have a 2x4 going right here, so that the air has to go up and over and then down and into the room. This prevents light from leaking in when I have the light on out here during lights off. I'm going to be putting in one of those vegetative plants into that closet probably in about a week or two. This way I'll have offsetting harvests about a month apart, month to month to month. And veg will just keep prepping them and building them up and making them big. Hiding back here, inside of here, is an Ether Mega and a real-time clock. And what the real-time clock does is self-explanatory. It counts time. There's a program in there running on the Arduino Ether Mega, so that at certain times certain devices will turn on, certain devices will turn off. Right now I don't have anything plugged in, and I'm using mechanical timers because I've been having some trouble with project jumping offline, and when the project goes offline, everything that's in either turn on or turn off gets stuck in that current state until I reset it. So until I can work out all those bugs, I'm not going to plug any of my major devices into that, because I had already lost and killed 2 different plants in here because the light got stuck on for multiple days, or the water feed pump got stuck on for multiple days. Here's another new thing I just built. It's kind of packed away right now, but it's an 8-head peristaltic dosing pump system, and it's going to be drawing up my nutrients. I'll have room for 4 bottles high and 4 bottles low. That'll pretty much give me everything I need to get through bloom. Ultimately, excuse me a moment, half of these hoses will tie into a manifold like this. Those are check valves so that fluid can only flow out and not back in. And that rail coupled with this rail will hold like a pH probe, EC probe, dissolved oxygen, temperature sensor. And then I have a whole bunch of other fittings. I'll connect them all together. And then that way I can pump nutrients. Sorry. I'll be able to pump nutrients out of that reservoir with that reservoir pump. It'll come back here. It'll flow up through those meters. And it'll be returned back to the tank. And I'll do that for a couple minutes and then get my pH and EC readings. And I'll be able to make nutrient dosage corrections based upon what I see. So my biggest holdup right now is valves. My project is pretty much complete as it is now, aside from the bugs, and that was a major milestone, getting the dosing pumps in play. But I'm having a really hard time, having a really hard time finding valves that are motorized and low pressure. The pumps that I'm using are only 160 gallon per hour, and it's not big at all for our applications, but it's what I have. I have quite a few of them, and I don't